Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Ultimate Live. My name is Yogesh Kapoor, and today I have with me the wonderful Grace. So amazing. Now, there's so many titles Grace has. She is a mindset coach, she's a personal development coach, she's a physicist, and there's so many more things which she'll tell you what she is. But welcome today to the Ultimate Live. Sorry for being a bit late. We had some technical issue. And today's topic is the science of coaching. Now, what is the science of coaching? I'm going to let Grace deep dive into it. Grace, the stage is all yours.
Hi everyone, and Yogesh, you know that I would not let the story before us going live, just slide like that. Trust me. As a coach, everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. All right. So just right before we got on here, we're having issues, technical issues, and there was this terrible sound coming up from both ends, and it was really disturbing. And then we said, okay, what do we do now? Yogesh just said that okay, he's going to mute himself, and then I'll talk. And he now asked me because the noise was too much and we were not concentrating. We're already thinking of pushing this to another time. And then from nowhere, Yogesh just said, Grace, try to mute yourself. Let's see what happens. And then I did, and the noise disappeared. Woohoo! How interesting is that? And that's the amazing thing about coaching. And today, Yogesh already explained, just introduced me. My name is Grace So Amazing. I am a lot of things, and I am very happy to be here. For the purpose of this, I am a live personal development coach. I am very big on building systems and habits for people to be able to achieve their goals while having fun doing it. So I'm very, very passionate about growth, mindset growth, and the growth mindset and personal development. So, and I'm also a trained physicist, and that's why I am very particular about the science of anything that I do. I've been able to marry the science that I did and the life coaching that I'm currently doing, and I've been able to see that yes, there is a place where they come together. So today I will be talking about the science of life coaching, what it is about. We have the art of coaching, which is what we do when we do coaching. But there is a science behind it. There's something, there is that for lack of a better word, I would say there is a back end to it. And that's what we'll be talking about. So very practical. I love to give practical examples that can help people to see things, clearly, so that it won't look like we're making noise and we're just talking and all of that. It is something that we will be able to see and we'll be able to relate with, and we'll be able to open our eyes, broaden our horizons to see that, look, oh, that's why this is happening. Oh, I see. That's the reason why this is happening. Yeah. So I am going to be sharing that. But before I go into the nitty gritty of the science of coaching in itself, I would like for Yogesh to tell me how he is doing and what the weather is like where he is.
Thank you for asking me that, Grace. I'm doing good. It's been very, very busy. In fact, just before the live, if you saw me, I would look like a 60-year-old man. I hadn't shaven and all my white beard was just there. So I rushed to shave. And Been busy. The weather is really cold. The temperatures dropped today to 14 degrees. So I quickly ran to shop for myself some winter clothes. And it's going to be very cold here in China. And plus, tomorrow's 11/11, very important day of the year. It's a day to manifest everything. And on Sunday is Indian New Year. So I'm running around doing all the prayers and stuff. So it's been extremely busy and cold, but I'm doing great. Back to you.
Amazing. Again, you can see the excitement in me, which is, so when all that was happening, all the physics in my head just came rumbling. The physics in my head from resonance to disturbance and all those things that will cause echoes and all those things and then it just brought back. Okay, so it just brought back to life what the topic we are going to be talking about. I think there's a way the universe works that gives us a way to relate what we do to what we want to really achieve. And today there's just one thing we want to achieve, and what we want to achieve is to help people understand that there is a science to everything. And what is science? Basically, science is, without making, without giving the textbook definition of science, science simply means observing things that are factual, things that can that can be that can be repeated, things that can be seen and there is a fact to it, something that is repeatable. So it's very easy for you to say that this thing is scientific because it has been proven beyond reasonable doubt. It has gone through some experiments, it has gone through certain stages, and a theorem has come to be. So it is something that is close to a fact. So most times when people say certain things, they'll tell you that it is scientific, meaning that it is provable. It is something that you can prove. Now, for everything in life, we can say some things are provable, some things are pseudoscience, some things are not very clear. Nobody can prove this, and that's where you hear that. No, can you prove it? If you cannot prove it, there is no science to it. There is no truth to it. So, but I've come to tell you that with this one, we can prove it because there is a science to it. Now, life coaching in itself has been was created from several areas, from psychology, from neuroscience, from behavioral science. All these areas were brought together, and life coaching came out of it. So that's why when we are talking about several areas, like with Yogesh, you can talk about communication. Now, what's the science of communication? You'd say that when somebody says something, there is a word coming out, like it comes out like frequency, it comes out and the other person takes it. So there is a signal, and there is something that is conveying that message to the other person, which is our mouth. Our mouth is the tool, and then when we talk, the other person has got ears to receive it. So I'm making this as practicable as possible, breaking it down. So that's coaching when it comes to communication. So when it comes to life in itself, there are several aspects of life that we deal with, and I'm going to be touching on 3 areas of life and how life coaching and the science of coaching can prove that coaching is something that works. So, what is the science of coaching? The science of coaching is simply how coaching works from the back end. What's the thing that is making it work? How would you say it is working? What can you prove to tell me that coaching works? So the science of coaching is how the brain works when you are on your journey, the goal that you want to achieve. So there is a science of goal setting. There is a science of action. There is a science of accountability. So the science is as simple as, like I said, giving an example. I just gave an example with communication, and I'm going to give an example in the scheme of things. So what is the science of coaching? I said it was the coaching was stemmed up from neuroscience, from psychology, and then from human behavior. So the background of coaching is stemmed around meeting a goal. So the art of coaching, when you are talking to somebody, is the beautiful part of it. It is the art of coaching. So when somebody, goes to see a coach, and empowering questions and all those things that we do, that's the art of it. But at the end of it all, what is the thing that pushes results to happen? It is what works at the background, the things that we're not able to see, the intangibles, the things that are necessary for those things to work. That is when you start to talk about the will, the brain, the science of habit formation. For you to achieve a goal, there are certain things that you have to do, which is proven over time. Now, so that's where the science comes to play. They'll tell you that if you're able to do X, Y, and Z for a period of time, given the same energy, given the same passion, you will get a particular thing achieved. So the reason why it is repeatable, and you can call it scientific, that it works, is if given all the conditions to achieve a particular goal is met, you will definitely achieve that goal. So you now when you now hear people say things like coaching doesn't work, this doesn't work, you ask them, is it because you have not tried every single
Okay, I'm not sure if I lost everyone or did Grace fall. There you are.
All right. So they would ask you, did you give it all the things required for you to be able to achieve that particular goal? If your answer is no, then that's the reason why that particular goal is not achieved. If your answer is yes, then you have
I think we lost Grace again, but she should be back. Just want to briefly talk on what she was saying is, when someone says that coaching doesn't work and they have not met all their goals, it's practically saying that, did you follow every single step that had to be taken for you to reach where you want to reach? And that is so true in almost every aspect of life, right? Why do they say never reinvent the wheel? Because there have been people who have certain mindsets, habits, and they have achieved it. They have achieved to a certain point of level, and then all you have to do is follow their footsteps. So there's a science to it, science to getting rich, to getting healthy, to getting spiritually stronger. I mean, that's how it works. There's a science to everything, as long as you're willing to take those steps. Now, does it take the same amount of time for one person to get to where they want to as the other did? No. Everyone has a different timeline. However, but if you follow the steps, eventually you will get to the point where you want to get to. That's how coaching works. That's how anything works. There's a science to everything. So, you know, there's so many people out there who half-heartedly do things. And if you do half-heartedly stuff, you don't do the things you have to do in order to achieve what you want, you're not going to get there. So it's really important to follow whoever you are being mentored by, coached by. You have to follow the steps and the guidelines they give you. Sometimes you have to pivot, you have to change the steps. Sometimes they will give you other tools to work on. Not everybody works with the same tools, but eventually there's enough tools out there for you to achieve what you want to achieve, as long as you are doing it on a daily basis. This is not something like, if you want to go on a diet, you're not going to go on a diet for like 1 week and then don't follow the discipline, don't follow the routine, don't have the mindset. You have to have it, you have to persist, you have to persevere, you got to keep doing it. So that's what I guess Grace is talking about, is that there's a science to it. And when it comes to coaching, there's a science to coaching as well. Even coaches themselves have to practice their coaching. They have to persevere. They have to follow those guidelines, those steps. They cannot just go, you know, out of all of that. There's a they have to follow that methodology, and that's how, you know, people get to where they have to get. Now, I'm not sure if Grace will be coming back soon, but we'll just give it a minute or two. I see today there's nobody watching live, so if you do watch the replay, give us a hashtag, and um, if anybody wants to leave any comments, leave any comments for later on. I'm not sure. I'll give Grace another minute or two. If not, then I will end this live. But we're almost at the end of the year, and we're coming up with a very interesting course. If you are interested to know more about it, you can reach out to Christina or see the link on the Ultimate Live website, and we will be more than glad to answer any questions you have about the course. Well, I guess we're not having Grace come back. So I'm just going to end the live here. And thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. And we look forward to seeing you next Friday, where we'll probably try to continue this topic or have a brand new topic. But from all of us at Ultimate Live, see you and take care. Bye bye.